Hello, my name is Wyman Itmanwan from New Beginnings. And with me is Vedna Molu, who will be training Coaching Essentials with me in September. And we're very excited about this training. And this is our second video about giving those who are listening to us a better understanding of what is Coaching Essentials or Communication Excellence. The first video we did, we had the pleasure of speaking with Janet Paul Gopal, who is the Group Head HR of Aro Malag.
Hello everyone. So today we'll be speaking to another special person who will also share her experience of having trained on Coaching Essentials. So before we speak to our guest Wyman, last time we spoke about when communication breaks down and we feel misunderstood. Can you explain this a little bit more?
Yeah, so to you in the audience, have you ever been in a situation where you said something to someone and they took it totally in the wrong way? And I've certainly had my fair share of those situations. That is because the meaning of your communication is the response you get back. So before I did Coaching Essentials, I thought the meaning of communication is the message I sent, is the words I said to people. But learning NLP, I now understand that the meaning of my communication is not the meaning that I give, it's actually the meaning that other people give to what I've said. And you will be only able to know this meaning by listening to the response that you get back. And if it is not the response that I was wanting, then I change my communication until I get the response that is appropriate for that context.
So what I'm hearing, Wyman, is that you take the responsibility for the meaning of your communication rather than expecting other people to understand what you're saying. I think this changes the very model of communication.
That's right.
All right, so without further ado, let me now welcome on board this very special lady, Rajshree Luximon, Head of Offshore Banking of Standard Chartered Bank, Mauritius. So hi Rajshree, thank you so much for being with us today.
Hi Vedna, hi Juan, it's really a pleasure to be with you today.
Right, Rajshree, so maybe we can start by you telling us how you came about to do Coaching Essentials.
Okay, so that belongs back to 2014 actually. I had I had been 2 years in my Standard Chartered, so as you say, I have nothing to do with human resources or anything that could have brought me close to coaching. So it was a personal journey that brought me coaching. I think at the time there was Sandra who was doing I met Sandra on a course for the women networking at that time, and she was doing something mentoring. That's how I came to hear about Coaching Essentials. And I don't know why, because maybe because I had been divorced and actually came out very well. Lots of people around me were telling me, you need to share it, you need to share experience and how you grew out of this experience with people, especially women, so that they can also realize that, you know, how events like this happening to you doesn't mean that you'll get shattered and you're a victim for the rest of your life, but you can actually emerge out as a strong person. So maybe that was at the back of my mind when I took the Coaching Essentials course in 2014.
So thank you for that, Rajshree. Can you share some examples of how Coaching Essentials actually helped you in your work?
So amazingly, it hasn't really come back to me until recently, until maybe about 2 years back. Because what happened after 2014, I moved location, so I didn't really have the opportunity to put it into practice or to go back to what I did in Coaching Essentials, even if my intention was to keep on, because I knew that there's more coming after Coaching Essentials. And I really wanted to get to my ACMP. But so I'd say it was at the back of my mind, but not really in practice. So day-to-day over, and I came to Mauritius, and I found myself heading a team. And I have to say I struggled at the beginning, but then slowly those reflexes started coming back, like hearing, learning, but practice listening, practicing giving feedback, also learning to receive feedback, which was not easy, but it actually helped. And like you were saying earlier, Wyman, you realize that what you communicated, what you think you have communicated, is not necessarily what the other person has received at the other end. So it's how you get meaning out of those persons, and this really has very helpful. And coming back to NLP, also understanding that people come from different experience, a different background, so the way they react wouldn't be the same. I react, or I would expect them to react.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rajshree, for sharing this part about the impact it had on your business. And I've been hearing that one of the reasons you onboarded Coaching Essentials was also to make a difference to your personal journey. So can you share with us what difference did it make to your personal life?
Again, I think it's coming back to recent years. So yeah, I did that in 2014, but really did not start putting that to practice until I came back to Mauritius in 2016, and find myself after my divorce, married again, living with a husband, live back with my kids. So I had to cope with relationships in a nutshell, and again that thing telling thing that I tell myself, you know, what go through coaching is just you, and that the map is not the territory. People have own maps in their minds. So every time I have a difference of opinion, one of my children or my husband or anybody around me in my personal life, this keep coming into my mind. Just keep telling myself the map, the map, the map. Remember, they're coming from a different perspective, and definitely it helps you. It actually helps me to step back instead of barging into a feud, barging in an argument. It actually helped me take a step back. And more recently, interestingly, I am practicing it more consciously. And I am now full into what I call mindfulness. So trying to practice mindfulness as much as I can. And again, bringing back all those learnings I had through Coaching Essentials.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Rajshree, for sharing all of that. So for those who are listening, we would like to invite you on this path of self-discovery and discovering others.
So the dates to retain: 17th, 18th, 25th and 26th of September.
Yes, and if you, to register, you can go to our website or click on the flyer, which is here, or the website, which is www.ub.mu. So thank you for listening, and I hope to see you on the Coaching Essentials course. And thank you very much, Rajshree, for joining us.